Hi everyone, I'm about today. For this episode, I'll be showing you how it is to travel from one place to another in Nigeria, especially during rainy season. We're actually in rainy season now, so I'll be showing you the situation, the conditions, and also the options of transportation that is available to a typical Nigerian for traveling from one place to another. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And for those that have been supporting me, please, I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much for your support. It has contributed to my GoFundMe. And those that actually became my patron, I'm very, very grateful. And special thanks to Atomic Trade, Mr. Mike has been wonderful, my mentor, my friend, my benefactor, my almost everything. Thank you very much. I can never thank you enough. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks as you come along. As you can see here, a thug is trying to collect some money from the Okada rider. Okada rider here in Nigeria is a person who is riding Okada for commercial purpose. So he's trying to collect some money from him, and the Okada rider is not willing to pay him. So he started fighting with the Okada man. As you can see there, people are trying to separate them, and this used to happen a lot because sometimes the Okada rider and the driver, they used to get frustrated. Sometimes they don't want to pay them the money, and usually resort to fight. But at the end of the day, to be settled, and the Okada won't have any other option than to pay them the money, because if it gets to some extent and they get arrested and taken to police station, the police are actually going to back the thugs. They're going to support them. Why? Because they're actually bribing, they are giving some portion of the money to the police. So this is how it happens in Nigeria all over the place. As you can see here, this is a car. So this is what we call a car, and we have a smaller one. But for this one now, there will be two passengers in the front, there will be four passengers in the middle, and there will be three passengers at the back. All those you see them behind, they were actually calling passengers into the car. So that's what they are doing, and we call them agbiru, passengers callers. That's what we call them. So they're actually calling passengers into the car, and after the car is fully loaded, they'll also be paid. So that's how it happens. So they'll be paid after the car is fully loaded with passengers. Now for the bus now, you can actually see the guy in yellow polo shirt. So he's also a member of the NGRTW. So he's also calling passengers for the bus. That's what he's doing. Also, the man that's at the back of the bus is also calling passengers to the bus. And at the end of the day, once the bus is full, you'll also be given a token. So in the front for the bus now, there'll be two passengers. There are four rows of seats there, four passengers on each row. So that is how the passengers are arranged for the bus and also for the car. The traffic safety rules that we have in Nigeria, I've never heard of speed limits in Nigeria. In fact, in small places where we have them, they are not enforced in any way. I've never heard of Nigerian police arresting a motorist for going above the speed limit. So there's nothing like speed limits in Nigeria. You are the one that will actually think of, okay, am I speeding? Okay, let me slow down because of my own safety. We don't have anything like that in Nigeria. That is why we have many auto crashes in Nigeria. I believe is one of the reasons we don't have that. The trucks too, you see them, they're overloading. There's a rule, there's a law that prevents motorists from overloading their trucks. But the problem is that once they do that, there's a security agency in charge of that. We call them VIO, Vehicle Inspection Officers, VIO. They are one of the security agents that's in charge of monitoring the safety, how well the motorists are actually using their vehicle, and how they are following the laws when it comes to transportation. But the thing is just that bribery is all over the place. No matter how long, no matter how dangerous they pack the loads, once they settle the officers, they'll go. They don't care about how dangerous the loads that they pack, how dangerous it is. Once they are being bribed, you go, they don't care. So that's one of the problems that we're actually facing here in Nigeria. So currently I'm inside a bus now. This bus is actually called C20 bus. So I'm heading to Songwater now, and I'll be showing you everything that goes on as I was moved to Songwater. So I hope you enjoyed this. You're going to see a lot of things, the security officers, how they extort the motorists. I'll be showing you that, and also other things that will be happening along the way, and the nature of our roads, especially that we stay right here. I will show you the nature of our roads. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you. In Nigeria, we use right-hand drive, but before independence we actually used left-hand drive, but it was changed to right-hand drive in 1972 after the independence. Okay, so, and that's what we've been using since then up to now, right-hand drive. As far as Nigerian road service is concerned, we have hard tarmac road, hard tarmac surface, then we have interlock brake design to interlock brake design, then we have the muddy roads. Those roads that is common in rural areas and villages that has dust on the surface. And whenever it rains, it becomes slippery and dangerous to ride on. These are the main types of road surfaces that we have in Nigeria. The small yellow three-wheel vehicles that you see in Nigeria, actually the general name, the English name is a tricycle, but in Nigeria we have a specific name for it. If you ask an every Nigerian what it's called, if you mention tricycle to them, if you're looking at it, what are you talking about? But the general name that we give it here, that we call it generally here, is Keke Marua. Keke is actually bicycle in Yoruba language. Then Marua was one of the governors of Lagos State. But from the history, he was the first person to introduce that tricycle into Nigeria, so it was actually named after him. There are two things that actually make it to slow down. It's either it is at a spot where the road is not good. In fact, the hawkers, they used to position themselves in a portion of the road where they know that the road is not good, where the drivers will have no option than to slow down. When they slow down, then the hawkers, they bombard the cars trying to sell their various wares, usually food. That's how they make their own money. So when you see a commercial vehicle slowing down in Nigeria, if it is not stopped by the police, it is actually because of bad road. In fact, even the police, to extort the motorists, they used to choose a portion of the road where the road is not good, so that it will not be easy for the motorists to escape them. So that's what's actually happening here. Talking about the police, extortion is a common thing in Nigeria. The police officers, they extort the motorists and also the thugs. We have two licensed thugs. I call them licensed because they've actually been authorized by the government now. We have NURTW, National Union of Road Transport and Workers. They employ thugs to task the commercial driver. They tax them, they collect them, uh, they give them receipt. So when they collect the money, they also give government their own share. If a driver tries to fight with them, they'll be arrested and they'll be detained in the police station. So that's why I call them licensed thugs. So they extort them, they give them all kind of things, and after that, once they've collected their own money from them at the back, the policemen they also do their own. They ask them for money. They don't pay the money. They detain them. Some of them also arrest them. So the extortion is a very big problem in Nigeria, as far as Nigeria is concerned. It's one of the reasons why Nigerians are actually protesting. The one that actually happened last week all over the nation. So it's a very serious problem in Nigeria. It is not unusual to see people carrying difficult, dangerous loads on their head on Okada like this. It is not unusual. So it happens in Nigeria, and the security agent, they do nothing about it. So we've learned how to live with it. These are Akara and bread seller here. For those of you that have subscribed, for those that have watched my video, you've seen that I've actually made a video on how to fry akara if you're interested in that. So this is an akara and bread seller, and I'll be buying this, and this is what I'll be eating for my breakfast. Luckily, I'll also be making a video about street foods that we have in Nigeria. So if you want me to make such a video, please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you. Every time I travel in Nigeria, on a bumpy, bad and terrible road, I used to have aches all over my body. In fact, there are some times that if I'm traveling, if I know that road is very, very bad in Nigeria, I'll actually use Panadol Extra ahead before traveling, in order to dampen the pain a little bit. And it usually happens whenever I'm traveling between Atonota and Agbara. That is moving from Ogun State to Lagos State. That road is terrible, is horrible, very dangerous. In fact, maybe I'll still make a video about that road one day. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you do, please like and subscribe to my channel. And a massive thank you to all my patrons. I really appreciate your kindness. Also, special thanks to my friend, my mentor, my sponsor, my teacher, Mr. Mike. Atomic Strength, you're the best. I can never thank you enough. If you'd also like to be my patron, please check the link in the video description below. If you have any questions concerning this video, I'll be very glad to answer all the questions in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.